I start with gray. I paint gray in the part of my painting where it is supposed to be sky. Sky is supposed to be here. And usually I start from this part of painting. Everything will be changing soon, but now I have some idea, some color idea for my painting. I have an idea for composition. This is the stream of a river. It's going down here, and I put some paint here and there, and then I collect everything, all my brush strokes in one rhythm of the painting. Now it's the time just for playing around with some paints, with some beautiful paints, with some colors. I would like to paint this river in green tones, mostly green. Now, but later I think I will change the color. Let's make some bluish colors for distant forests, for distant woods. Now I see now it's too bright, too saturated colors I have on my painting now. But as I told you, everything is changing while I'm painting. I just need to catch a moment, catch a beautiful moment of this autumn. I use only my palette knife for painting. Maybe I will proceed with my smaller paint brushes, but later. I mix up colors right on my painting. And I move from the brightest tones towards the less saturated tones. I can change everything in a while. Dogs are barking, you can hear it. somewhere beyond the river. The river is still flat without any details, and now I'm going to paint some reflections from the trees on the other bank of the river. The reflections are green as well as the river itself, but a little bit darker, just a little bit bluish and darker. Some reflection from the forest, from the faraway forest over there. It's a little bit darker here. Now I feel that it is getting darker. The time of the day is. Где?
Прям такие бревнышки.
Водяные, что ли?
Да, внутри воды.
Внутри, классно.
Мне кажется, да. Не похоже на это.
My wife says that she's seeing some animals in the water. I don't know what is this. Water red, maybe something different. Well, now I have some background for my painting, some color. I can change it. I usually paint on canvas, but the canvas is I stick it using the adhesive tape, paper tape, on the plywood, and later I take the paper scotch away, and I have the sort of a frame, white frame, and I can stretch my canvas on a stretcher and then frame it, and it will be beautiful, I think. Well, let's start with the smaller details. I can paint it with my palette knife, or I can paint it with some thinner brushes. I have two or three thin brushes with me, and I'm going to start to paint from the distant areas. I usually don't paint too much details while I'm painting plein air painting, and I just paint nothing specific. I just name the objects. I don't paint them perfectly. I don't paint them. I just name the silhouette, the shape, the color, and that is what I need in my plein air painting. If I want to paint the larger painting, I can do it at home at my studio. And from my plein air painting, I need some color, some composition, some excitement that I have while I'm painting. Birch trees. In the foreground. I forget about reflection from the sky. The reflection from the sky in the water, in the river. Some light areas here. The opposite bank of the river is a little bit lighter here. With yellowish grass on it. Some accents in my painting. So as you can see, I paint here and there, and then later I sum everything up and paint some details. I can even scratch branches of trees with the tip of the knife, like this. Paint gets thicker and thicker, and this is good. I like it. I like the way the paint is connecting everything. Well, okay. Now it's the time for the thinner branches and trunks of the trees. I don't need to paint everything here. I mean trees. I just need to name them, just to paint some of them, just indicate them. And while I'm painting, I keep in my mind keep thinking about the rhythms, the colors, shapes, values. But I can play with color. Colors can be different. It can be different from what I see in around me. I just need to think about which color will fit my painting well, and keep it going. Some black dots on the birch tree. Actually, it is not black. I used different colors. It would be too simple if I paint it all black. It can be blue, dark blue, yellow, brown, everything. But from the distance, they look like black dots. I don't have solvent with me. I paint without any solvent. It's very comfortable to paint without solvent. To have with me only 2 or 3 brushes and my favorite palette knife, and that's it. I like the way this combination of thin paint brushes and palette knife works. And once again, I can scratch the branches, lighter branches of the trees. And I can add some darker ones. I would like to have an effect of the lighter background here and the darker trunks. Like this. it's the time for the smaller details now, like correction of silhouettes of the reflection of the trees, but it's too dark now. I need to paint it a little bit lighter. Well, I need to paint some darker tones here, where the water meets the bank of the river. We have some branches there, but I don't think I need to paint them. Now I need just some brighter accents, but I need to place where I can paint them. I want to paint some leaves, some foliage. Just it is not foliage, I think it's just leaves. The rest of the foliage here, like some brighter leaves. Yellowish ones. Like brighter accents. And something as an echo, the color echo from the distance, in the distance. Something here. It looks like a village cottage with some darker roofs, barns, etc., etc. That's it, I think. I'm done. Almost done. I can even use my fingertips. And now it's the time for the signature. It will be an accent to... Oh, it's too bright, too bright. No, I don't need this brightest area, brightest spot. I can scratch my signature. Happy! That's it. See you guys. Bye. I'm going to paint something more. I need to find a new place to paint something else.